Welcome to day 17 of the 21-day relational challenge. We just want to say thank you. Thank you for joining us. Yesterday in particular, we heard some really encouraging stories of people walking through conflict in healthier ways. And it was so good to hear this because this was more work than we anticipated.
Yes, it was.
It has been great and we've really enjoyed it. So
many of you have asked or suggested. We keep going. And well, no, we are not going to keep up with a daily pace, but we are going to start a new series called Thrive next Wednesday with Leanne and her friend Sarah through Zoe Network. And they're going to be interviewing women around the world who have encouragement to offer in this pandemic.
I love it. So yesterday I recorded an interview with my friend Lori Shopland, who's a life coach, and it was powerful. So
I watched it. It was really good.
Yeah, so listen right here for more details on that.
And Leanne and I have some news for you too, but we will save that for next time.
And no, we're not having a baby.
No,
we're going to have a grandbaby soon, though.
So the past few days, we've been talking conflict, and we explored our fight styles, and we talked through how to actually walk through a conflict with tongs. Exactly. And someone suggested instead of tongs, we should use poles because that helps with the social distancing. So to find collaborative solutions, how did it go? We managed to eat together with joy and only one raised eyebrow.
So we did a little better.
At a suspicious slurp. #progress.
Yes, progress.
So today we're going to challenge you with a bit of laughter and 12 amazing words.
So years ago, I heard someone say that one of the best predictors of a couple's success is their ability to break tension. I have searched long and hard for the source of this statement and have yet to find it, but Karen from Facebook says it's true, yes. So we'll just go with it. But if anyone knows where that is from, just let us know.
Yeah, help us. So our daughter Robin and her husband Dylan have figured out ways to break tension in their marriage. They're newlyweds and they're living and working together 24/7 in their condo in Abbotsford, and they have decided to blame Cheryl. When dishes are left in the sink. Cheryl is an imaginary co-worker that has basically become the scapegoat for all things annoying in their home. Crumbs left on the table?
Oh, Cheryl.
Cheryl did it. Toilet paper disappearing?
Oh, Cheryl's clearly using way too much.
And so they talk in mutters at their water cooler about how Cheryl is not contributing to the team.
We love it because Robin and Dylan have found a way to break the tension and laugh instead. So humor is imperative right now in the middle of this COVID-19 crisis. How does it help? Humor relaxes us. Humor brings about a chemical reaction that is a powerful antithesis to stress and anxiety. And laughter releases some of those feel-good chemicals within our brain. Humor also helps us bond. Like a big belly laugh will bring us together.
Yeah, you remember those.
Yes.
Humor also helps us to reframe the situation. When you're in the middle of stress, you can get overwhelmed. However, when you step back and look at your situation from a different angle, you've reframed it. And humor helps us to do that. Bringing the tension down and looking at the situation with fresh eyes, realizing that things are not as bad as they seem. So look for ways to laugh together hard. It will strengthen your relationships.
Now, we mentioned yesterday that we were going to talk a little bit about forgiveness. Resolving conflict is impossible if you are unwilling to forgive. Our move to Asia created many moments of stress and unmet expectations.
Yes. I remember taking Leanne with me for hours of sitting in a bank, taking time we did not have, with the papers we paid extra for but did not need, and missing papers that we did need, and no one seemed to understand what we needed, and we were both frustrated and nervous about how to do this new life.
And honestly, I was kind of annoyed. I mean, it was a very special day in our relationship, as you can imagine. So we were researching for a marriage course that we were writing last year, and I don't know if you know this, but we teach on marriage all around the world. And we came across 12 words from a resource called Marriage Masala. Thanks, Jonathan and Vera, for giving us that resource. But if these 12 words are used liberally within a relationship, it will set you up for great success. So you'll want to write these words down because they're kind of life-changing.
Yes.
The first 3 words are I am sorry. These are not easy to say, but when we humble ourselves towards one another, it creates an openness that is beautiful. Our first few months in Asia were fraught with mistakes and unknowns, and I'm not sure we have ever said, I am sorry to one another as much as we did in those first few months.
Yeah, on that bank day, it was like, I am so sorry. I've never done this before. Mm-hmm. And we collectively have never done a pandemic before. And so like us facing a new culture, you will need to say sorry often.
I think that's a huge key in this. We've never done this before. And because of that, we're going to need more grace for ourselves and extending that grace to others.
The next 3 words, I was wrong.
Pardon me? I'm not sure I heard that correctly.
I was... As you can see, it was really hard for me to say. I was mostly unright, kind of. No, I was wrong. Again, those words are hard to say, but we can't move forward unless we're willing to take responsibility for our part in the conflict, or even the dealing with these external stresses.
Right. You might say to that, but I was right. But if we insist on weighing every situation and, portioning out blame, and determining who was right, who was wrong, we're never going to resolve our conflicts. I was listening to a podcast last night on our very long walk, and it said, you can be right or you can be married. You can be right or you can have friends. So that just struck me.
So if we don't adjust our rightness, we'll be stuck in a culture of blame. And God is our example in this. He offers us mercy. We don't get what we deserve in terms of judgment. We've been reading in our devos the book of Leviticus and all those rules. And it's like,
it's been riveting, absolutely riveting.
He offers us grace where he lavishes on us what we don't deserve. He gives us love, acceptance, and forgiveness. He's the foundation of our relationship, and his example with us moves us to do this for others.
I love that.
So we give out of the love that we receive.
See, what would happen in our relationships if we took this same posture? If we were willing to say first, with no strings attached, I was wrong. And step down from being the judge and jury and make myself vulnerable. I mean, this, oh my goodness. This opens the floodgate to reconciliation and forgiveness.
Yeah. So the next words, please forgive me, are the next natural step, and that is that's a big deal. It's a big deal because it's a when your friend or spouse says yes, they are saying, I promise I won't bring this up and use it against you in the future.
Or I promise I'm not going to dwell on it. And you know how we dwell on things and start making up stories and having whole conversations in our minds with the other person.
I'm not going to talk to other people about it. I'm not going to let it stand between us or hinder our personal relationship.
It's huge.
So we both need to learn how to forgive and receive forgiveness. It's not natural, but Christ in us enables us to operate in forgiveness. Ask God to help you extend and receive it, and then choose forgiveness. It is a big old adulting choice.
Yeah. I mean, if we waited to feel like we're going to extend forgiveness, there's times in our marriage if we're waiting to feel that we're in love, that's a problem. But we have found that when we step
are you struggling with that a lot lately?
But we have found that when you walk out doing the right things, the emotions often follow, hey?
Yeah.
So the next thing we would say, the last 3 words, is I love you. And that's coming back to the foundation of love within your relationship. And this is a posture, not just for marriage, but for deepening friendships. So those 12 big words are, I am sorry.
I was wrong.
Please forgive me.
I love you. And I'm just looking at this. Why do I have to always say I was wrong?
That was really weird. I don't know who divvied this up. I have no idea.
So your challenge today is this. Laugh. Bring some humor into your situation. Maybe you need an imaginary coworker named Cheryl. And if you live by yourself, an imaginary friend is just fine.
Or maybe you need to watch a comedy. We watched a series of news bloopers last week on YouTube, and belly laughter broke the tension. It's not going to fix everything, but it certainly helps.
It does. So take those big words and write them out. Recipe cards are great. Put them on your fridge, and then say them at the first opportunity. Mm-hmm. Don't wait. Don't hold back.
Don't wait for your partner to
start it. Yeah. Like you go first. No.
You're the one that's wrong. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, you'll never get out of that cycle. So tomorrow we're going to talk finances, and remember, I know it's going to be good. And remember,
together you've got this.